Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is your teacher Naeem from Multimedia English Lab. Of course, I forget to put a capital E for English. I'll do it maybe next time. Today we have a new lesson, so let's get started. It's present simple versus present continuous. I know that you've studied the present simple and present continuous. Today we're going to see the difference between the use of both tenses. First, let's revise some spelling rules. We know that most verbs in the present simple takes an S in the third person singular, which means he, she, and it. But some verbs which end in double S, SH, CH, X, or an O takes ES. For example, I miss, he misses. Some verbs which end in a consonant plus Y, we drop the Y, we write I, and we add ES. But if the verb ends in a vowel plus Y, we simply add an S. Now let's have a look at the present continuous verb ing spelling rules. If a verb ends in Y, X, or W, we simply add ing. If a verb ends in E, we drop the E, then we add ing. For example, dance, dancing. But if the verb ends in double E, we add simply ing. For example, see, seeing. Some verbs which end in IE, we drop the IE and we write Y, then we add ing. For example, die, dying. Also, some verbs which end in consonant plus vowel plus consonant, we double the final consonant. For example, run, running, put, putting. Also, I think you have seen the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form of both tenses. I found this on the net. Thank you, guy who made it, and you can have a look at these beautiful worksheets and beautiful superheroes, Spider-Man, Batman, and Captain America, and also Superman. Now, a good way also to teach verb tenses is by means of a timeline. We can represent events in terms of time. I'm talking about the use, not the form. So first of all, we draw a horizontal line to indicate the passage of time. Then we put our three pieces of time, which means past time, present time, and future time, which we can use as reference points. The simple present is easy to make but difficult to learn because of its multiple uses. For example, we can use the present simple to talk about habits or routines, which mean things that we do over and over again. So what we do here is we put multiple X's on the horizontal line to illustrate the present simple. Of course, we put the X's at regular intervals to illustrate it. For example, I drink tea every day. It means I did it in the past, I do it now, and maybe I will do it in the future. We also use the present simple for general truths. For example, the earth goes around the sun. We actually illustrate this in the same way because it's happening all the time, in the past, in the present, and also in the future. Now let's move to the present continuous tense. Here we are dealing with an ongoing event that is happening right now. So it gets an X in the now. Also, we can use a squiggly line to indicate that it's going on. Yeah, what's next? Yes, the use. The use of both tenses. Let's start with the present simple. We said that we use it for general truths, for routines and habits, and also for permanent situations and for timetable. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. We usually have dinner late. My parents live in London. Lesson starts at 8:30 a.m. Now, for the present continuous, we use it for something that is happening now, for developing situation, and also for temporary situation, and last but not least, for fixed future plans. We'll talk about this next time, fixed future plans. For example, let's get out. It isn't raining now. For a developing situation, the Sahara Desert is getting bigger and bigger. And for a temporary situation, I'm living with some friends until I find a flat. Then I will move to my flat. And for future plans, we are traveling to Rabat next week. Also, we should take into consideration the signal words of both tenses. So for the present simple, we use it with adverbs of frequency. We've studied this before. And with some time expression, for example, every day, every night, every morning, every afternoon, once a week, once a month, on Fridays. For the present continuous, we have some time expressions here like now, at present, at the moment, nowadays, these days, todays, this week, this weekend, etc. For example, I run every day, but I'm running today. Also, we should have a look at verbs. We know that a verb is shows action or state of being, which means that we have two types of verbs, action verbs and state verbs. Now, action verbs can be used in the simple and continuous mode, but state verbs cannot usually be continuous. We have also some exceptions here. I found this also on the net. We have an action verbs dictionary. So, for example, go, skate, pray, play the guitar, fly, climb, sing, clean, plant, graduate, etc., etc. So this is a list, but we have also other action verbs. Now for the state verbs, I have found also this beautiful worksheet. Thank you, guy who made it. It's a detailed illustration of the state verbs. So state verbs can be used for description, possessions, for senses, for ideas, for emotions, for attitudes, for physical sensations, for measurement, and for relationships. So for example, we cannot say liking, cannot say seeing, smelling. Of course, we have some exceptions here. And also know, we cannot say knowing. Some examples, remember that state verbs can also be called non-action verbs. So for example, if you look at this picture, I hear a bird singing, but we say I'm listening to a bird singing. Another example, I see dogs running. but we say I'm looking at the dogs. Now let's practice. So what do you think? Present simple or present continuous? Every day he a cup of coffee. You can pause the video and do it in your notebooks or think about it. So we see every day he drinks. It's a habit. It's a routine. Next example, eat he a sandwich now. So we say he, yes, he is eating a sandwich now. Oh, that's a big sandwich. Next, play. So Fred usually football on Sunday morning. So maybe this is a kind of habit or routine. So we say Fred usually plays football on Friday morning. He a shower at present. Yes, funny. Funny guy. He is having a shower at present. Now, on your textbook focus on page 81, we have an exercise. Write the correct form of the verbs between brackets. You can pause the video and do it in your notebooks. So we have number 1 through number 5. She never, it's a frequency adverb. She never goes to school on Sunday. Number 2, look, the cat is eating a mouse. It's an action that is taking place now. So we have the verb look. Okay, number 3, Jane usually, again, it's a frequency adverb, wears jeans, but today she is wearing a skirt. I forget that. Okay, number 4, I sometimes watch TV in the morning. Number 5, my father is reading a newspaper at the moment. Now, time for some homework. On your workbook focus, page 38, you have 2 assignments there to do. Okay, number 1, it's match the questions and answers. Again, we have here different types, examples of present simple and present continuous. Assignment number 2, write the correct form of the verbs. So these are 2 exercises that you can find on your workbook focus. I think this is the end, guys. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.